My name's Kristen Hockert, and I want to thank you again for being here. I am going to talk a little bit this evening about mental health and self-care. Before I get into that, I want to tell you why I would be talking about this and who am I to even be talking about this. For those of you that were here this morning, I told a little bit about my story. I was also grateful to hear about your story too. I have a bachelor's degree in visual arts. I'm certified in American Sign Language. I was an art teacher. I was teaching, then I was an interpreter. And both those roads led me to working in social services. I've been working in disability and mental health services for the last 20 years. In a combination of a lot of those roles, whether it incorporated visual arts or performance art, and also with interpreting. And right now I'm a director of a social service program within an organization that works with county services and working with people in a variety of settings, which is really exciting. Anywhere from physical supports that are needed to mental health supports that are needed. So although I don't have a bachelor's in psychology, I have the experience and I have the time that I think is something to be valued. So then briefly to my connection with 2911. How did I get here and why am I speaking? I attend Park Avenue Church in Minneapolis, Minnesota, United States. And as part of being in their choir, there was an opportunity to join a ensemble that was coming to Park Avenue. And a little bit, this is, I've never been to South Africa. This is the 5th country in the continent of Africa that I've been at. So when I heard that 2911 is from South Africa, there was just, oh, who would not want to be a part of that, right? And the sacrifices that you went through, because certainly it was asked of me, why would I want to go every Saturday in summer and sing with people that you don't know? And I thought, why wouldn't I? And it was an amazing experience. So getting connected with you all, and particularly Brendan, and saying, you know, what could work? How could we keep this connection going? So here I am. Thank you for indulging me with that little introduction. I want to talk today briefly about mental health and self-care and how I see the two related. I wanted to offer up this prayer that means a lot to me, and maybe some of you have heard it. Maybe this is new, but it's a prayer that I find helpful to center myself when I'm feeling astray or stressed or in a moment where I'm not breathing. And so I remember to take a breath, and it's, God, grant me the serenity to accept the things that I cannot change, the courage to change the things that I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. And to me, that's very powerful. So I want to say this too as I go along in the next however so long. Take what I say that will be useful to you. And I might say things in the next hour that you're going to shake your head and say, I don't even think so. Hopefully not, but maybe so. Because I certainly don't know it all. And I'm not sitting here in front of you pretending to say that I know this group. I'm getting introduced. I don't know what's going on with each of you. And I'm not pretending to come here and say, hey, I know all this, you know, so just listen. Certainly don't. I'm here to offer something that I know. So to some degree, right? I don't have, take what you would like and leave the rest, is my point. What is mental health? And And I'm coming here not knowing how much does this group or people in Cape Town or South Africa, how much do you talk about it? I don't know. I'll tell you my experience that living in Minneapolis, which I think a lot of you have been to, if not several times, and the community I'm in, I mean, I'm talking about it all the time because that's the work that I'm doing. I'm talking to folks about your mental health. What does it mean? And the community members that I work with often are coming from backgrounds, families, culture. It's not okay to talk about it. Or it's really, it's icky feelings, or there's something wrong with you. I think perhaps it would be even familiar to say that there must be something evil inside of you. There's a demon. Someone's cursed you, and it can never change. And it's scary, and it's really hard to either start talking about it, if that is the background you're coming from. But when we're talking about mental health, you know, what does that mean to you? And does anyone want to, when I say mental health, like what does it, before I go into too much, what does that mean?
That's me.
Sure. It's you. Yeah. It's you. And to me, what I'm taking from you saying that, Brendan, is when I'm talking about mental health, a shift that I see in approaching this topic is it's not separate from, you know, I have my physical health, I have mental health, I have my spirituality. I mean, it's really a part of you, and one affects the other. Engaging